Alright, so today's lesson is about estimating quotients using that have two-digit divisors. So take a look at our problem up here. It says 564 divided by 64. Well, 64 is our divisor, and it has two digits, so that's the type of problem that we're looking at. So it's helpful to estimate these because that's going to help us find our real quotient in future lessons. Alright, so let's take a look at this. There's two different ways that we can do this. We can estimate by rounding or estimate by using compatible numbers. You should all know by now that I'm a big fan of compatible numbers, but sometimes rounding works well too. So let's round 64 to the nearest 10. Hopefully we see that there's a 6 in the tens and a 4 in the ones. So that 4 is going to make us round down. So this will just be 60. And then we have 564 rounded to the nearest 100. Well, there's a 5 in our hundreds, a 6 in our tens, so that 6 in our tens makes the 5 round up, so we have 600. Now, this should be fairly easy, so we have 600 divided by 60, which is going to give us 10. 6 goes into 6 one time. There's 2 zeros here, 1 zero here. So we end up with 10 total. Let's take a look at what would happen if we do this using compatible numbers. So once again, 64 rounded to the nearest 10 is still 60. But if we look at 564 and change this to a number that is compatible with a rounded divisor, so let's take a look at 60. So our 6 tables, once we get up close to 56, well, we have 54, we have, which is 6 times 9, so 60 times 9 would give us 540, so that's pretty close. If we go one more than that, then we're up at 60. So, well, since 54 is closer to 56 than 60 is to 56, that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to change this to 540. So 540 divided by 60 gives us 9. Since 6 times 9 equals 54, 60 times 9 is going to equal 540. Let's take a look at one more problem. So here we have 634 divided by 84. First, it wants us to estimate by rounding. So 634, well, that 3 is going to make us round our hundreds place down. So that becomes 600 divided by, well, that 4 is going to make us round down. So now we have to do 80. Well, 80 doesn't go perfectly into 600, so I actually have to set this up in long division. 600, divisor of 80. Okay, well, here we go. 80 is going to go in there, I don't know, let's say 6 times. 6 times 0 gives us 0. 6 times 8 is going to give us 48. I'm going to subtract 0, 5, that becomes 10. 10 minus 8 is 2. 5 minus 4 is 1. Well, now I have to start over because 120 is more than 80. So, grab my eraser here. All right, so now we have to try 7. 7 times 0 is 0. 7 times 8 is 56. Subtract. And I get 40. And so I have 7 remainder 40. 7 and 40/80ths. That's a whole lot of work to just have an estimate. Let's see what that would happen if we use compatible numbers. All right, so estimate using compatible numbers. Well, I'm going to change this 84 to 80 because that's easy to work with. Now, if I look at my 8 tables, I know that 8 times 8 is 64. So 640 is pretty close to 634, and that's a compatible number because my hundreds and tens digits here give me 64. My tens digit here is 8, so I know that if 64 divided by 8 is 8, well then 640 divided by 80 is also 8. All right, thank you.